What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I wanted to make this video because it is the easiest thing that I can recommend to absolutely change your life, level up every single day, and it is extremely simple and it costs about $10 to implement. So ever since I first got an iPod and then an iPhone, it was my alarm clock. I used to have an analog alarm clock, but for 10 plus years, I was using some kind of Apple device to wake up. I would go to bed with it right next to me. I was on it for hours before falling asleep, and then I would wake up to some annoying alarm sound and then immediately check messages, Instagram, email, whatever, and just let the information on this device hijack my time, my attention, what I'm thinking about, what I'm meditating on, and just completely alter the trajectory of my day had it been, started in silence and solitude and stuff like that. So the day that I switched to an analog alarm clock was huge. It was life-changing. It honestly was. I immediately improved my sleep. I was sleeping all through the night. I was going to bed earlier because I wasn't spending my last waking minutes watching stupid reels and videos, which, I start watching it and then 3 hours go by. I'm like, oh my gosh, how is it 1 a.m. again? And then I have to get up early for work the next day, and it's just kind of perpetuating a lifestyle that does not reflect my values. We know that how you start your day is huge, and how you start your day is prepared by how you end your evening. Your morning routine begins the night before. If your phone is the last thing that you see before you go to bed and the first thing you see the morning you wake up, that is a recipe to not live your best life. That is a recipe to not be living according to your values. And if you want to be healthy, wealthy, and wise, go to bed early, get up early. Benjamin Franklin. Boom. Yeah, it's the best thing that we could have done for our sleep. And it is just such an incredibly easy lifestyle change that you can make immediately. You can just go out and buy a cheap alarm clock and literally have a better life, just like that. Say goodbye to your phone. Put it to bed at like 8 p.m., 7 p.m. I dare you. Just stay off of your phone. Wind down with lower lighting in your house. Wind down with a good book. Wind down with some tea, get cozy, whatever. Watch a movie, I don't care. But whatever it is on your phone that is keeping you up at night is actually robbing you of so much. So count the cost. We switched to an analog alarm clock and our lives have been so much better. Our sleep has been better. Our attention in the morning has been better. The mornings where we are not on our phones immediately, that makes our entire days better. We set ourselves up for success by not having phone time the first thing in the day and not having any phone time as we wind down getting ready for bed. Way too many of my nights have been wasted by spending hours on YouTube or Instagram. And you might be watching YouTube right now. And you might be procrastinating sleep. So let this be the last video tonight that you watch. I hope you enjoyed your time. Thank you for watching. But go to bed. The analog alarm clock is just the way to go. It is what we grew up with, and it is what we need to go back to. So I would recommend find a new charging station that's not in your room where you can put your phone. Also, what we've found helpful is not having that in the kitchen. We did have the kitchen as our charging station for when we went to bed, but then you wake up, you go to the bathroom, and then you go to the kitchen to make breakfast and stuff. And so we would find ourselves going into the room where our phone is to start our day. But now our charging station is in our office, and so we don't even go there until we start work. So we're able to have completely phone-free mornings, and it really helps. If my phone is in the kitchen, I'm just going to pick it up. My willpower is only so strong before I've had coffee, But if it's not even there, then I don't even have to make that decision. I just don't get on it. It's not in the room. So please, I beg of you, just try it out for a week. Buy a $10 alarm clock, maybe $5. Maybe you already have one in your house and you are not using it. Get an analog alarm clock, try it for a week, come back and comment on this video what your experience has been with an analog alarm clock if you've been out of the habit. Let me know how your mornings are, how your evenings are. Create a routine. Have fun with it. Get somebody else to do this with you. Make it a little challenge. 7-day challenge, analog alarm clock. And let me know what you think. This tiny little Braun alarm clock was $30, which is crazy. I know, I overpaid. But I think it was expensive because it's Braun. They're like a name brand, I guess. And I was thinking that this was going to be like not plastic and much bigger. So yeah, you don't have to get this one. There are plenty of alarm clocks for much cheaper. But I do like this one. I have grown to love it. I like that it's just a little square. It's light. I can literally throw it in my bag when we go traveling. I can just toss it in there, and I have an alarm clock that I can use instead of my phone. So traveling will not get in the way of this practice. I don't have to plug it in, which is nice. It just runs on a AA battery that I have replaced once in the many years that I've been using it. The light doesn't work, which is unfortunate, but to set the alarm here, there's just another hand that I can rotate to be whatever I want the time for it to go off at. So it's really easy to set. I set the alarm by lifting up this little button here. Now it's on. And to get up, I just hit it and it's off, which is nice. Also, it starts off quieter and then gets louder and louder, so I can usually turn it off before it gets too loud. Another pro tip, please do this. Put your alarm clock away from your bed. Put it on your dresser. Put it somewhere where you have to get up out of bed. Maybe you already do that, but that has been very helpful for me just because it's very hard to get out of bed. I understand. I know how it feels. I also want to get back into my covers and keep sleeping. But having this away from my bed has been very helpful. And I mean, yeah, you know how to use an alarm clock. You're not a child. So yeah, just wanted to talk about that. I'm obviously very passionate about making the switch for the analog alarm clock and no more phones in the room pretty much ever. There's no need, you know, like just turn this phone into a tool and use it as a tool. Everything else is on your computer. So that'll be another video. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble. And that's all I got. Peace.